money murder for higher society.
757.
What is up, YouTube? All right, today we're reacting to Nerdy Teen leaked the biggest game ever. Fire documentary. Let's get to it.
Yesterday, Grand Theft Auto 6 leaked for real.
The entire source code for GTA 5 has apparently leaked online.
The hacker behind Grand Theft Auto 6 has been sentenced to life in a hospital prison.
Bro, what? Life? Life, bro? I mean, it's a lot of money that got lost, but bro, life in prison? Is that worth life in? There's people that have killed people that don't got life in prison, bro. It was that
At
bad.
just 18 years old, Arian Kurtaj pulled off what many call the biggest hack in gaming history.
Life
While
in
skills
prison?
are
Bro, life in prison?
impressive, there's one thing that sets Arian apart from all the other teenage hackers out there: his need to hack no matter the consequence. So, who is this kid? Rockstar Games' worst nightmare. Grand Theft Auto 6 is arguably one of the most anticipated games ever. Back in December 2023, the game made history after its launch trailer got 93 million views in the first 24 hours of release. And the hype makes sense since
So that he got life. Maybe he deserved it. Maybe he deserved life, bro, because we was been supposed to get GTA 5 or GTA 6, bro.
fans have been eagerly waiting for a new installment in the GTA
It's been over 10
series
years.
for over 10 years now.
It's been over 10 years and it's so far.
Rockstar Games, the developer of Grand Theft Auto, managed to keep everything about the game under wraps. That is, until September 18th, 2022. This was the day that Arian Kurtaj became one of the most famous hackers in the world.
The big hot ticket item, the discussion right now, is the GTA 6 leaks.
Ladies and gentlemen, GTA 6 just got leaked.
Arian managed to hack into Rockstar Games' internal server and leak
Bro, is it that deep? My whole thing is these niggas be hacking. Why y'all not hacking like stuff that's worth hacking though? Like y'all always hacking some dumb shit. I mean, this nigga hacked something that was kind of worth it though. I say that. But like, why ain't nobody hacking the Drake DMs, bro? Y'all hacking everything else, nigga. Running through Instagram accounts and shit, bro. Just snatching up everybody IGs, nigga. Why ain't go through y'all? I mean, they hacked Drake one time, but nigga, get to the real shit. I'm trying to figure out where this daughter is, nigga.
over 90 in-game videos and screenshots showcasing the game's main characters, map locations, and other developments. This leak reportedly cost the company over $5 million, not to mention countless hours of employee hard work. But while this hack is what Arian is known for,
they could have still dropped the game, bro. I don't know what the fuck they was doing. They could have still dropped it.
By no means new to hacking. In fact, Arian's journey in cybercrime is a long one, and it all started with Minecraft. A hacker was born.
Oh, for real.
Arian Kurtaj was born in Oxford,
I feel like a lot of people got they start hacking Minecraft.
England, sometime in 2005. Although not much is known about his upbringing, we
he a youngin.
do know that he was an avid lover of fishing and his family had a decent amount of money. As a kid, he attended a prestigious private school where he excelled in subjects like math and science. Growing up, he was also more than a casual gamer, so he knew his way around technology pretty well. Arian had a natural talent when it came to computers and began putting those skills to the test early on, like hacking into Minecraft to win at PvP. But while he may have started off,
That's what you was doing? Being a bitch ass nigga? That's how you got your start? Being a bitch ass nigga?
cheating in video games, Arian soon
He was one of them? Bro,
moved on to bigger things. Through his time playing games and browsing online
I swear to God, he deserves it.
forums, Arian was able to meet a ton of
He was over hacking the game.
veteran hackers. Using the online alias White, he became friends with them, but it didn't take
That was a good ass name, bro. This nigga holding a fish.
long for his skills to surpass theirs, even though he was just a beginner. Arian didn't just want to be good at hacking, he wanted to be the best. However, he understood that working together with other highly
How
skilled
do people learn stuff like this though? Like, I mean, okay, you work with other people and you take your courses, but like, how do you even get that far?
hackers would make him even stronger. So he and his fellow hackers named Evelyn and Miku co-founded the hacker group Infinity Recursion. And
See, one day I want to get into hacking. I don't think I'd ever get caught though. Like, if I got into hacking and I got nice with it, I'm not getting, bro. Come on now. I'm gonna find what I want to find, You ain't even gonna know. I'm not gonna snitch on myself like this dumbass. Like if I had the fucking source code of GTA 6, bro, I'm not telling nobody. What? Come on.
In early 2001, when Arian was just 16 years old. Although most of Infinity Recursion's activities were mostly undocumented,
If you're gonna do it, don't be dumb. Yeah, see?
Said that the group was known for its illegal warrant subpoena services. Using SIM swapping techniques, members of Infinity Recursion were able to gain access to the private data of major companies. They did this by using the identity of law enforcement officers after hacking into their emails.
By using compromised law enforcement emails, they were able to issue fake legal requests demanding companies release data on whoever they wanted.
Unfortunately for Arian, Infinity Recursion would soon fall apart just months after its creation. But that didn't stop him from trying to fulfill his aspirations of creating a famous hacker group. That's why Arian, with the help of some of the remaining Infinity Recursion members, banded together to form a new group named Lapsus. Outside of his group activities, Arian also engaged in other cybercrimes such as stealing from crypto wallets and cell phone SIM card swapping to make money. Through these solo hacks, Arian was able to generate
that SIM swapping shit was big, bro. That shit was going on for a minute and nobody understood it.
Impressive net worth of
we still don't understand it, but
over 300 Bitcoin, or around $14 million by the age of 18. And like most young millionaires who gain their wealth extremely quickly, Arian didn't spend his money wisely. He blew most of it by gambling online. But that didn't mean that he wasn't always...
Bro, these niggas who be so smart always do the dumbest shit ever, bro. Why are you gambling your money? Bro, be for real, bro. Y'all are dumb. Bro, if I hit big on some illegal shit, I'm gonna take that money and I'm gonna actually bro, I'm gonna open a laundromat. This is what I'm gonna do. Laundromat, okay? Porta potty business, toilet paper business. Bro, I might start selling fucking tires or something, bro. It's gonna be some shit you don't even think about. Like, when you see these companies, you don't even think like, oh wow, are they doing some illegal? You would never know, bro. You wouldn't. And that is money laundering 101 with Young Infy Infamous.
He's trying to come up with new ways to make some cash, which is why he started to dive into the world of business. The Doxbin Chronicles.
Okay, at least he tried.
At just 16 years old, Arian was already trying to become a successful businessman. And when
here's the thing, if you're really smart, I could tell you right now what he did wrong, bro. I only gotta finish the video. He hacked GTA and they exposed it to the world that they hacked GTA 6. What you were supposed to do was hack GTA 6 and then go to their rival competitor and say, we got GTA 6. I'll give it to you for $50 million, bro. And it would have been, and they could have cashed out and been fine.
He saw that he had the chance to buy one of the dark web's most notorious websites. He grew interested in it. So on November
That's what you bought?
2021, Arian, under the alias White,
You bought an illegal. I mean, he built his
bought the pastebin site Doxbin from two individuals named KT and Brenton. The website was infamous for allowing users to publish doxes anonymously. A dox is when you publish private information about someone, such as full names, addresses, social security numbers, and passwords. Doxbin has been one of the most praised sites on the dark web for ages, but just after 3 months of owning the site, Arian had completely destroyed Doxbin's reputation. Despite buying the site, Arian didn't seem to care
But how do you destroy that? How do you destroy
too much for it and neglected it completely, which ruined many of the site's long-running features. It wasn't long before Doxbin site members started pressuring Arian into selling the site back to its original owners for an
This is crazy.
80% discount off the price that he had bought it for. And Arian, he was not happy about this. He believed that he fumbled a huge money-making opportunity, but instead of negotiating with KT and Brenton, he decided to declare a full-on cyber warfare by attempting to take the site down by locking it. Unfortunately for Arian, his plan didn't work, so he opted for alternative options. Since he still had access
Bro, you can't take down your own website, nigga.
to the Doxbin social media accounts, he decided to go on there and make a couple of posts, which also didn't work.
He then attempted to publicly advertise a bounty of $100,000 for KT stocks on the main Doxbin Twitter. But not even 5 hours later, KT gains access to the Twitter account to start mocking White on his
Whoa. So he bought it from KT, the original owner, and then people said, what? So he bought it from KT and the other dude, and then the users got mad and said sell it back to KT. So this nigga went on the site and said, I will pay $100,000 for KT's docs.
Very awful internet security and OPSEC skills.
This internet feud got so
And they beefing on Twitter.
intense that Arian ended up just leaking the entire database of Doxman users, also accidentally leaking his information in the process.
Dumbass.
This leak cost Arian approximately $75,000 and honestly didn't have nearly as much impact as he had hoped for. The Doxman management team took this as a major threat and decided to drop an extensive docs document revealing all of Arian's personal information on the site as
Yo, this some gangster shit, bro. They need to make a movie off of this, bro. What? So they got into it, and it's crazy because this is an illegal company, but they're running like it's a real business. But like, yo, what the fuck? Them niggas, they gathered up all their research. They said, all right, we got
retaliation.
you, bro.
The information
bro.
included Arian's full real name and his address. But what was arguably the most revealing piece of information in the document was Arian's affiliation with Lapsus, which
I heard about Lapsus.
At this point had already become a notorious ransomware
So he was tied in with Lapsus
group. Although those involved knew that Arian was not only a member but the founder, this was completely new information.
He was the founder
To anyone else.
Oh shit! So they went and they dug up all his information and doxed him, and then it was like, yeah, bro, he's the founder of Lapsus. That's some snitchery, bro. They done snitched on a nigga like
Arian
that, bro.
did his
They really snitched on him, bro. They said this is the founder of Lapsus. This is where he lives. This is his birthday. This is his
best to
house.
keep his affiliations a secret. And as an anonymous hacker operating under numerous aliases, secrecy was their #1 priority for someone like Arian. But
nigga, you gotta catch a body after that, bro. Are they killing each other off, bro? Do niggas know? Is that a thing? I'm sure it's a thing. If I'm running some shit like Lapsus and I'm the founder or some shit like that, and a motherfucker explode, I gotta kill you.
now all of that was gone,
Do they got hitmen?
which was not only disappointing but also
This is
dangerous.
crazy.
The Doxman management team decided to take this offline. They sent a group of people to pay Arian a visit in person, going to his mother's and father's.
Look, I knew it. Look, I knew it. I fucking called it.
But also dangerous. The Doxman management team decided to take this offline. They sent a group of people to pay Arian a visit in person, going to his mother's and father's house to try and find him. But Arian had already planned for this. He called the police to inform them of what was coming. And when the Doxman people arrived, there was already an officer
They doxed him and said that we coming to your house.
waiting on the scene. After their visit didn't work, they chose to call in a SWAT raid on his home instead. But for Arian, that was nothing compared to what he was
And then they swatted him. They tried to pull up to his house and then they
already
swatted him?
dealing with, because it seemed as though his crimes were catching up to him. And in 2022, Arian was apprehended in both January and March. He was taken to court for suspicions of his ties to Lapsus, but he was eventually
How you try to pull up to somebody's mama crib and you don't even do nothing? And then how did he know? How did he know that they were gonna come to his house?
let go because of the
His
lack
mom
of
and dad
evidence
house.
to prosecute him. Although police had a damning docs document to go off of, that wasn't enough to keep Arian locked up. But the police and the court still kept an eye on him, knowing that it was only a matter of time before he would return to face a judge. The only punishment that Arian got from his time in court was a month-long internet suspension. And of course, something as simple as this wasn't going to
Come on, bro.
be enough to stop him from hacking. In fact, you're about to learn just how dedicated Arian was to his craft, the group that committed real crimes. After just a few months, Arian's hacking group Infinity Recursion
So he came back with a whole nother
fell
group.
apart. And with the entire Doxman debacle now behind him, Arian was free to continue his path of cybercrime, but this time with the support of an even bigger team.
And a mysterious overseas hacking group targeting major tech companies. KPX5's Sarah Donchi reports the FBI is now asking the public for help trying to track them down.
Arian, along with the remaining few members of Infinity Recursion, banded together to form a new hacker group called Lapsus, which is one of the most notorious ransomware ransomware groups out there.
What I heard though, my whole thing, right? It seems like niggas that do this shit, you have to do it overseas, bro. Like, the U.S. don't play, bro.
Lapsus made headlines dozens of times for their large-scale cybercrime. Using the alias White and Teapot Tuber hacker, Arian continued to keep his true identity a secret from the members of Lapsus and other fellow hackers. And over the years, these aliases would become tied to some huge cyber attacks on major corporations. While no one knows when Lapsus was officially formed, they first became known in 2001 after they hacked into the Brazilian Health Ministry's computer system.
And that's crazy. That's what you decided to hack, bro? The fucking Brazilian health. Why would you do
Members
that?
of Lapsus stole and deleted 50 terabytes of data on their internal servers. Over the years, Lapsus continued
Bro, why?
getting its name known by targeting major companies, particularly in the technology.
That's some real terrorist shit. Why are you attacking the Ministry of Health?
Industry. And despite being so young, Arian was quick to become one of the organizations.
And then this nigga was born in 2005, bro. That mean he like 20. So he was like 16?
Best hackers leading many of the group's major attacks.
17,
one of them
18?
being tech giant Nvidia. In February of 2022, Nvidia shocked the world with news that they were investigating an incident. But word spread fast that it wasn't just any incident, it was a cyber attack.
They're saying that there's a possible cyber attack that resulted in company systems being disabled, developer tools, emails taken offline for 2 days.
This large-scale cyber attack completely compromised the company's internal systems, allowing Lapsus to take control for 2 days before Nvidia shut them out. Through the hack, Lapsus leaked the personal information.
Yeah, you're not even supposed to be moving like that. If you are a tech giant, you're supposed to be already ready, bro. You're supposed to have your guards up because you know they're coming for you.
Of over 71,000 Nvidia employees and threatened to leak an extra 1 terabyte of stolen data. Lapsus even tried to blackmail Nvidia, claiming that they would leak even more data to the public unless the company gave in to their requests. This seemed to be a common threat that they made, considering that they made the same to Samsung, Ubisoft, and Microsoft a month later.
How the hell do you hack Samsung? You're literally hacking the computer companies, bro. This is crazy.
In these hacks, Lapsus and Arian did their usual routine, which involved breaking into
bro, I'm not gonna lie, I do not like that nigga neck.
Each company's system, stealing sensitive information.
Every time they show his face, I just go straight to his neck. Like, what the fuck is that?
Like employee data, user data, and source code, and then leaking it online. After these back-to-back cyber attacks, Lapsus's reputation as a dangerous organization was cemented, and soon one name started to be tied to the group's most recognized crime. Arian Kurtaj, the genius teen hacker who was the mastermind behind the organization. Since Arian's problems with the entire Doxbin team had
he was tripping, bro. Why'd you crash out like that? Like they didn't got the power to get
made him a victim of doxing himself.
He shouldn't even got involved.
It didn't take long for the police to piece together his identity. His nickname, White and Teapot Tuber Hacker, were no longer anonymous. They finally had a face. When Arian's affiliation with Lapsus was confirmed, police were quick to take action. And
I promise you, they wouldn't have gave a fuck about this nigga hacking, bro. Not even a little bit. They wouldn't have cared about him hacking if he wasn't trying to hold people for ransom. Like, you gotta play smart. Like, you're moving too high. You're a little too NBA young boy right now, bro.
September of 2022, Arian, along with an unnamed 17-year-old hacker, were both taken into police custody for their participation in Lapsus's cyber crimes. But even under police watch, Arian couldn't contain his urges to hack. So while he was on bail, Arian decided to show the world just how skilled he was at his craft. He embarked on a solo cybercrime spree that would make him a legendary hacker, but also brought him lifelong consequences. Arian's final mission.
Nigga got out of jail, said, I got one more thing to do before it's all over. GTA.
You already know the Arian's hacking story started with video games.
Bro, he probably gets so many hoes, bro. It's like, nah, he probably gets no hoes at all. He probably doesn't. I bet you he never had a girlfriend in his life, bro.
His love for Minecraft kickstarted his cyber criminal lifestyle. But Arian also had an interest in another game, Grand Theft Auto. Now that he and Lapsus had parted ways, Arian had all the time in the world to pursue his own personal hacking goal, breaking into Rockstar Games. But there was one main problem. He was under police protection, specifically locked inside a hotel room with officers stationed found outside his door and his laptop in complete lockdown.
Oh, so what that means is he already did it before. They just didn't know.
How was he going to pull this off? If there's a will, there's a way. So we got a little creative with some of the things lying around his travel lodge hotel.
So that means he specifically knew exactly what to do.
But before targeting Rockstar Games, Arian wanted to enhance his hacking skills. Knowing that he was probably going to go to jail soon, he wanted to go out with a bang. So he decided to hack several multi-million-dollar companies all by himself. All it took for Arian to hack these servers was a TV, a smartphone, and an Amazon Fire Stick. He used these items to create a makeshift computer to conduct the most impressive hacks of his career, starting with Uber. Arian's hack on Uber apparently cost...
Fuck? You mean to tell me, bro, he had a Fire Stick, so a hotel TV, a Fire Stick, a cell phone. Bro, what the fuck?
The rideshare company $3 million due to damages that he created. Man. Afterwards, he moved on to the finance company Revolut, accessing over 5,000 customers' private information. But he wasn't done. Not until he got his hands on the coveted GTA 6 files. Using that same Fire Stick and hotel TV method, Arian was able to not only access Rockstar Games' internal servers, but also their company Slack, which is a communication app kind of like Discord.
In the Slack.
There, he made a threat stating
I'm about to say, how secure is Slack really?
That he would release the game's source code if no one from the company contacted him within 24 hours. And they tried to call his bluff, leaving his messages ignored. So, Arian took that as a green light to leak everything. September 19th, 2022. This was one of the biggest leaks in all of gaming history. 3 gigabytes of stolen footage and gameplay from GTA 6 was shared with the public through an online gaming forum. There were over 90 clips and photos of the unreleased game, and while Rockstar and Take-Two, their parent company, tried their best to contain the leak by copyright striking everything, it was already far too late. Everything spread across the internet like wildfire, and whenever a piece of leaked content was taken down, it was just re-uploaded moments later. There was nothing that Rockstar or Take-Two could do, so they decided to turn their attention to the perpetrator, Arian.
They got him. Oh yeah, take a look at this.
After this hack gained international attention, police were able to tie the leak back to Arian, who was already under police
This is a creepy looking nigga,
protection
bro.
on bail.
What disease do he got? What mental disease?
And they
do he
decided
got,
to punish him to the full extent of
he
the
got autism. He got some other shit.
law. But there were a few complications with that plan. For starters, Arian has autism, so doctors.
I swear to God, this is my first time watching this video. This is the second time that happened today, bro. This is the second time that happened in this video where I called it right before it
deemed him unfit to stand trial. Because of this, a jury was used instead to determine whether or not Arian was guilty, and more importantly, whether he hacked Rockstar Games with criminal intent. Through this trial, which happened in August of 2023, a few things were made clear.
He did it by accident. Come on,
Clear.
bro.
Arian was undoubtedly a force to be reckoned with. There were only a few hackers out there with his level of expertise. The boy hacked into a famous gaming company with just a hotel TV, a Fire Stick, and his phone. But more importantly,
how do you even learn shit like this?
Everyone was made aware of just how passionate Arian was about hacking. After the jury deemed Arian guilty, he took a mental health assessment where the results showed that he was likely to return to cybercrime as soon as he could. There's something in him that made hacking an instinct rather than a job or a hobby, which made him extremely dangerous to the public. Seeing that Arian was highly likely to reoffend, the judge deemed that he was a danger to society, and that landed him a life sentence. Not in prison, but in a secure mental hospital for the rest of his life or until the doctors decided otherwise.
Let's be for real. One day he's gonna get out of jail, bro. And when he get out, he ain't gonna know what the fuck is going on here, bro. He gonna come out in like 30 years. It's gonna be like flying cars, bro. AI done took over. They gonna be looking at him like, you a bitch, nigga. They gonna be looking at him like, you a bitch, nigga. You ain't know nothing. Them AI robots, they gonna come looking like, come on, bro. You ain't nothing to us, bro. You little bro. You over here using ancient technology.
But
by the time he get out, that stuff he using gonna be ancient technology.
while Arian may have gotten caught, that didn't mean that this was the end of his story, because others wanted to avenge Arian and set him free. And by
why is this always the case? This happens every time, bro.
others, I mean the hacking group that Arian helped found, Lapsus. Lapsus avenges Arian. In December of 2023, Rockstar Games gave the gaming community what they've been waiting for, the GTA 6 trailer. With a release date for the trailer scheduled for December 5th, 2023, many gamers were waiting in anticipation for the video. However, the day before, the entire GTA 6 trailer was leaked online. It was posted on the platform X with a watermark that told viewers to purchase Bitcoin. Immediately, people began speculating that this was the work of Lapsus. Many people thought that this was a retaliation for the downfall of their founder. In response to this leak, Rockstar decided to just upload the trailer themselves to try and mitigate the damage, but it was already done. The studio and its parent company, 2Take, suffered severe financial losses due to the trailer.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all might be powerful, but y'all are not more powerful than the fucking GTA community. I tell you that, the GTA community will whoop your ass, bro.
Leak.
It's really about how much money
what is gonna end up, you know what's gonna happen, bro? This is my prediction, bro. Another hacker group is gonna come out of the woodwork to protect GTA. Watch, bro.
GTA
Cause you just pissing everybody off now, bro.
makes for the studio Rockstar Games and its parent company, Take-Two Interactive. Those shares down 6% this morning.
And while the trailer leak wasn't confirmed to be by the hands of Lapsus, this next incident undoubtedly was.
Today we're going to be talking about another Rockstar Games leak, and it ain't GTA 6. The entire source code for GTA 5 has apparently leaked online.
On Christmas Day 2023, Lapsus leaked the entire GTA 5 source code to the public, exposing the game's vulnerabilities and various other sensitive data in a huge Telegram.
Oh, I understand. So you hack and you leak the source code so that other hackers could go through the source code and find out ways to hack them even more.
File. If you don't know what a source code is, it's like a set of rules for the game, instructing it on what to do when players press buttons or make moves. This attack came as a huge surprise to both Rockstar Games and the general public, as Lapsus had kept quiet ever since Arian's big GTA 6 leak. But it turns out they were just plotting how they would strike back. With the source code out in the public, it made it more risky for players to play GTA online, since hackers now could study the ins and outs of the code. This makes it a lot easier for hackers to find ways to create new cheats in the game, like infinite money glitches. This could severely damage Rockstar Games, since a majority of their profit came from players purchasing in-game currency. If hackers could indefinitely spawn money, one of Rockstar's revenue models could begin to fall. This leak had every intention of ruining Rockstar Games. It was a revenge from Lapsus for what the company had done to their founder. And along with the leak, there was a simple message that accompanied it. #FreeArianCurtage. In the message, members of Lapsus revealed that it was Arian who started the plan to leak the GTA 5 files. And likely, he never got to complete the hack since he was arrested. This is why the rest of Lapsus decided to take matters into their own hands and do it for him as a tribute for all he's done for the group. Arian's story is a reminder that her choices—
That's literally a picture of a child holding a fish. Bro, am I tripping? Why do we keep showing this?
This is why the rest of Lapsus decided to take matters into their own hands and do it for him as a
Look at him.
tribute for all he's done for the group. Arian's story is a reminder that her choices have consequences. Arian was a genius that could have made the world a better place, but his decisions cost him everything. My friends, use your talents for greatness, because the world needs your good, not your chaos.
Nigga.
Visual venture. Wait.
I ain't gonna lie, I gotta react to more of these, bro. That shit was so beautiful. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. That was a good ass documentary, bro. I was on the edge of my seat. Bro, what the fuck? This is what's going on in the world that we don't know about? Hey. I don't know, man. Hey, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nigga, I got hacked. My first YouTube channel got hacked. That's why I'm restarting this one. Cause my shit got hacked back in the day, and I just said fuck YouTube. Bro, I'm gonna learn that shit one day, and when I learn that shit, nigga, it's up. Ain't nobody hacking me. I'm on ass, bro. Trust. I'm just playing. I will never learn how to hack CIA, FBI, NSA. I will never learn to hack. That's not my shit. I don't get into that, bro. But yeah, anyway, y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe. What would y'all do, bro? You know what I'm saying? If y'all got like ransomware hack, bro, y'all gonna pay the fine, or y'all just gonna say fuck y'all? What y'all think, bro? What y'all gonna do? Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, I think that's it for the day. I think I might cook up some more videos. Shit, y'all comment and let me know what y'all want to see, bro. All right, bye.